Hi, my name is Frank Blau, and I'm a data architect at Massive Art in Dornbirn, Austria. And I'm stealing this sort of theme for my talk today from the great writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and I'm calling this Data in the Time of Corona. And while it's kind of an amusing title, it's actually a very important one right now, and I want to talk about three concepts around what this means to me. There are things that are happening out there that are making us all feel very isolated and feeling very challenged in our businesses right now. And so there are three topics to address today. And one is continuity, second is collaboration, and the other is communication. So to start with continuity, the most important of these right now is business continuity. And business continuity is defined, in my mind at least, as your customers can still reach you and your suppliers can still supply you with stuff and you can still connect them to each other and commerce can go on. This business continuity in the face of all this disruption can seem like a really daunting task. But a lot of us work in the digital world. A lot of us work in a space where location isn't even important. Yet this continuity feels very disruptive right now. And what I would like to talk about is three different aspects of continuity that we can address to make this feel more real. Business continuity is, of course, as I said, the most important one, to feel that business is still moving. But there's also human continuity, that is someone feeling like they are a part of the process also. And that means your customers coming to your website, your customers coming to get goods and services from you, feel like they're a part of a continuous process also. And the third part is data continuity. That is data still flowing between my systems effectively? A lot of data services were predicated sort of people being around to babysit them, people being around in the same place, say, hey, the data's not coming into the CRM, or the data warehouse isn't populated or something like that. We need to find ways to make this happen in this very sort of disconnected world that we're sort of isolated world that we're living in at the moment. And the key to that really is collaboration. And there are so many tools for collaboration. I'm using just one here, video content. But I've been doing a lot of things to connect with my family, for example, like Zoom, where I can say, hey, I'm setting up a session. I'm going to be on for the next hour or so. Anybody want to drop in and say hi? And sometimes, one of my cousins will drop in. Sometimes it's a closer family member or something. We'll just have these conversations. This is something you can do with your customers also. This is something you can do with your suppliers, is basically say, hey, let's create places where we can collaborate, where we can feel like we're communicating with each other in very effective ways, even as we are all physically very isolated right now. And I think that's going to be a really important part of how we get through this together. And the third piece is about communication. There's a lot of information going around right now, a lot of data, statistics, and things like that about what is happening, where is it getting worse, it's not getting better anywhere. And I think it's really important to do two things. Number one is to vet your sources of information. Make sure you're telling truthful information. And that's kind of hard with all this going on, but try and make sure that what you're telling your customers, what you're telling your employees is based on very truthful information. But the second thing is a little bit more subtle, and that is that don't let messages sit. People are already feeling isolated. It's really important to reach out as quickly as possible when someone reaches out to you, because that isolation increases as people feel like they're not getting any communication from someone, even if it's something as simple as, hey, I'm having trouble with my monitor, and can I go to, order one from Amazon to be delivered or something like that. Don't let that languish. Get back to people as quickly as possible. I know there's a lot of demands, particularly at the executive level right now, to be communicating, but don't let things languish, because your customers are also isolated. And if you can reduce that barrier of isolation by just quick messages back and forth, I think it'll do a lot to increase the communication, which will increase the collaboration, which will increase the continuity. And that continuity is really what we're searching for here. So reach out to me, reach out to the company. Let's talk about how we can do this together. I'm here. I'll set up a Zoom session with you if you want, and just sort of talk you through some of my ideas. And I'm happy to talk to anyone about this. So stay tuned for more. I'm sure there'll be other people creating content in this same vein, but I just wanted to get this out there so we could start the conversation. So good luck, and I hope you're all doing well.